Today would have normally been Prison Architect. I'm still up for doing Prison Architect, but today I was trying to record a quick look of Little Big Workshop, a game that I thought was pretty interesting and fitting and generally something that people would like. It's also only $20 on Steam, and it came out recently, so I thought, yes, I'll check that out. And I recorded it for about 2 hours for a quick look, and then I realized that the recording had just gotten stuck on the main menu screen because when I change options, sometimes in games you change options and the OBS game capture doesn't quite update or realize. So it just broke and it was just sitting there staring at the main menu thing for like an hour and a half, and somehow I didn't notice. So I can't use that footage anymore. So I was like, fuck it. I don't feel like recording this again tomorrow because normally that's what I would do. And then edit, because I still got to get like software ink and stuff and more XCOM and all that ready for the weekend. So yeah. So we'll just kind of jump into it and I'll kind of explain it as we go. It's pretty self-explanatory though. The name, I'm going with Dudesky. I can't do spaces for some reason, and Dudesky GmbH is taken because that's what I had already done. So fine, we'll go with Snowball. I don't care. Watch me care. I don't. That's me not caring. Oh. Oh. God, the sharpening. I hate it so much. Am I gonna make 40k figurines? Yeah, man, absolutely. Camera movement. The camera movement is something that I noticed was a bit of a weird thing with this game because you can use nondescript keys or the right mouse button. It's WSA and D. But the thing with WSA and D, like it's doing it to me right now, it locks them out quite often. See if I can get it. See, it's got like the ghosting thing going on where if I hold D... Ugh, I'm locked out again. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, phone first. There is an option to disable tutorials, but I'll go through it because it's not that bad of a tutorial, really. Hello there, I just opened a new shop close to your factory, and seeing as you are new here, maybe we could help each other out. Get yourself a workbench and take a look around. I'll call again in a bit. Who is this mad guy? I don't know. So like, yeah, you got... it locked again. And again. There we... Oh, nope, it locked again. Like... You do something weird with the WSA and D, and okay, we have arrow keys, or WSAD again, until I broke it again. Like, it's so garbage. I can't even show it to explain it. I have to use the right mouse button and drag to look around for a bit. Hello, Nalu. How you doing? I have to drag around at the right mouse button to, like, reset it and make it go again. But if I'm, like, holding D to move the camera to the right, the little bit of inertia that it gains, if I don't wait for that to die down completely and I use a different direction key, the camera just stops dead in its tracks, like some really horrible ghosting thing going on. And then WSA and D are completely locked out. Like, it's basically unusable WSA and D. It's a real shame. Purchased my first workstation from the shop. So there's a bunch of different workbenches that you can do. For the moment, a lot of them are locked because tutorial, but just bear with me here. And there's more stuff that opens up down the road as we unlock it through research, which we'll also get to later on after the tutorial. But a lot of them do specific things, like the assembly station for assembly thing. It does assembly 100% good. It's completely fine. The woodworking station does a bit of everything with the wood, but it does it really poorly. So while it does kind of work as like a catch-all station for making things, it's really slow to use. And it also gives -5 of the little yin-yang symbol down there. That's just like this weird room modifier, whatever thing. We'll get to that also later. We'll throw the bench. Yeah, there. I accept. It's a bounce between noise and comfort in the rooms, and that affects the mood. So Generally it's pretty easy to compensate for because there's decorations that you can put in that just give positive, cool vibes and stuff like that, and also for outdoors. It's just a matter of having enough space for it. But I thought them would get pretty low, and it wasn't really a huge issue. So I don't really know. I was afraid that they'd be like, oh god, -5. There's no tables here. Jeez, a little bit cold sleeping, even though it's totally within my comfortable temp, like that kind of shit. But it doesn't really do that. So we'll order that. And then a truck comes by off the edge of the table here and drops it off, and... oh, jeez. Little worker brings it in, and it gets installed by one of my dudes. There, it's in. Look at that fucking phone. Hi, hello. You got yourself a workbench, I see. My stock of garden gnomes are getting pretty low. Can you make me a couple? Sure. So we're just given this contract immediately. Typically we have to go out and look for the contracts myself, but for the moment we're okay. We have 50 days to do it. I'm kind of curious what happens if I just AFK for 50 in-game days and fail the tutorial. Maybe I'll do that in the background while I edit tomorrow, and I'll let you know. I don't know. And the reward that we get is reputation with that guy. So we'll go into the plant product. And this is where you sort of set the material type and the tools and what stations, oh god, that you're doing stuff with and at, and all of that. So for now, this is like one of the most basic things in the game. In fact, I think it's so basic you can't ever make any more of these. We get delivered some wooden stumps. Typically I could change the material here, but there's just the one to choose from for now, and that's fine. And we do this thing to it. Simple detailing, I suppose. And we'll do that at this bench, which that bench, again, it's not very good at doing it. It's 25%. It's not so great. They send a hitman to Aachen if I wait the $50. Cool. I don't actually live in Aachen though, so I'd like to see them try. Also, who popped in before? Chozo SR388 says, oh my god, a Yeti, hello, welcome. How you doing? Lazy Monkey, hello. Maker of Moons, welcome. And that's it. That's all there is to really choose. It'll take 2 hours, and that's based on how many of them that we're making. If we were to be able to change this amount, that would update in real time, and it also depends on the what I've actually assigned that to and everything. So in 2 hours, we'll have the entire order done, in theory. And we can do that. We can get some like fancy details where it's like, oh, that's how long it'll actually take and the work hours for it and the money that we get for it, and how much the materials cost and all that kind of stuff. You can get into some pretty okay details for it. So we'll do that, and everything will just automatically happen. The stuff gets ordered automatically, gets delivered automatically, gets picked up by the dudes automatically. I don't actually control these guys at all. Alright, we need a storage area. Sure, he's just going to bring that in and work with it right away. But we need a general storage room, which we'll call this. That entire room is general storage. There is a research that you can do pretty early on that I'd highly recommend picking up if you play this. That allows you to fine-tune what the storage actually is. For now it's just locked to general storage, but you can actually have it set to be either export, so the finished project goes on there and then you export them out, or you set it to be a get it ready to be put into specific stations that you then set. So if I want it to be stuff that goes into a woodworking table, like just the raw stumps, then I'd say, you know, import for this bench and all of that. They'll be waiting for me and watching from Aachen. Cheers. I hope they're patient. I don't have any reason to go back there for ever, actually. Deliver your finished product. It's finished, so we can just hit deliver, and then another truck comes by and we put it on the truck and then we get money for it. There is something on one of the loading screens about the truck drivers not liking waiting. I don't really know what all that involves. I just assume it's good to have enough people ready and available to haul stuff onto the truck and take stuff off the truck. There is a specific type of person that we can hire who's a little bit cheaper than the rest, who's just all they do is haul. Finances tab, so we can see everything. Just a bunch of different details. You got recommended my XCOM series from 8 years ago. Holy shit, goon. Did you watch it? Were you amazed by the change of voice? Oh god, he got the shipment. Okay, cool. So we got some gold and bunny. Yes, hello? Ruff, 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 ruff. Hi again. The new gnomes are a hit, and I want to put up more of them for sale. Can you make some shelves I can use for that? Like, I don't know what kind of operation this dude's working, but he doesn't have shelves for the gnomes that he also didn't have. So I don't know. Next he's gonna have some crazy emergency like, oh my god, I ran out of things to sell. Quick, make me some now. And then we have to do it. Plan out this how this production should be done. So this one's a little more involved. This time we've got a couple different... Yeah, I'm explaining it, game. I'm working on it. Jeez. A couple different things going on here. We've got the general shelf bit itself, and also the sort of brackets, I suppose, for it that we have to do, and then we assemble that, and then we get the final shelf product. So we'll be taking in wood, which we have a different selection here if we want. Everything has a certain quality of, this is sturdiness, and then I think this is style associated with it. So obviously, like, things with metal are typically a lot sturdier than stuff with wood, but the style may not be as great. And there's a specific target that we're having to reach with all that stuff. So if we just go with the basics, I'm pretty sure the basics are totally fine. This guy we can't do, because we don't have a glue station. That's what that symbol denotes there. It's not very clear, but that's what it is. So we go with that instead. And because we choose that, we have to do a little more stuff. We have to do a straight cut with some basic wood. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I want to do this, and it'll end up requiring a plastic molding type thing, and it just breaks out a whole bunch of marks. It's like, okay, well then we have to choose what color plastic pellets we get, and how we melt that down, and where we do that, and oh, jeez. You watched the last episode of it, the one where you can't spoil, the 51% chance to hit and win the game. Oh man, what a coin flip that was. Man, fucking intense. Straight cut. The only workbench we've got, and then we do a cool wavy cut, the only workbench we've got, and we do another straight cut for this shelf bit with the only bench that we've got. You can probably imagine what problem we're going to run into. And we also have to assemble them. We don't have a bench for that. We have to make a bench for that. The assembly station. It's just fine. 100% effectiveness with assembling. So, cool. We'll put that... Yeah, sure. There, I guess. That's fine. And I'd really like to get a second little workbench, because obviously that's where our choke is right now. But... the game won't let me yet. So now that we've got it queued up, in order we can then link it, and everything is linked. So we're ready to go. And it's kind of fun. Depending on the materials and stuff that you choose, like the different colors and all that, it actually does update this little image of it, which I thought was a really cute detail. If I want an IKEA furniture simulator, there's home improvisation, and it has added VR support. Yo, send that on Discord. I'm interested. I love games like that. I don't know. Like, if I could have, like, a grocery clerk simulator type thing, or a deli dude simulator, I just play that just all the time. That'd be all I stream, and you guys would hate it, but I wouldn't care. That'd be fantastic. And they will do that. I don't know why they're so obsessed with hanging out in that top corner there. I guess we don't have a break room yet. Not yet. We don't get the break room unlocked until somebody dies. Again, unless I, you know, go to skip tutorial, but... I do not have VR, no. I'd like it at some point. Don't really have the room for it. Oh, there we go. This old dude just collapsed. Oh shit, he's so tired standing out there in the middle of the day. Oh, it's like he got heat stroke or something. Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we make a break room. The break room system. It's way more complicated than you would expect it to be, honestly, and I think this is something that they should really work on making a lot easier and simpler. There is the first symbol there that we have 4 of, that is the, how quickly they recover while they're in the break room. The little coffee cup things there is how many break points we have. When somebody goes into the break room, it costs a break point, and then depending on how many of that first symbol there that we have, depending how much we have that, is how long they're in the break room to fully recover. So it wasn't super obvious to me at first, but that's how that's doing that. So we'll get that, and that'll give me 3 break slots, which is generally okay because we only have, I think, just 2 people, but we'll be picking up more people at some point in time. As far as I can tell, he's just dead out there for, I don't know, until he's done. I don't think there's a way to wake them up. They're watching the edge of the table because I want to jump down there and end the suffering. Oh no! Well, joke's on them. There's like really super padded chairs and rug and stuff down there, so good luck with that. Let me know how that goes. We will add also a break table to make the recovery a lot faster for them. Maybe not there. We'll scoot it down a little bit. And we'll give them a little radio. Actually, no, not the radio. It's not great, and it's also kind of loud. I'll get a Vendotron. So we've got a Vendotron, which gives also 4 of the 4 slots for break room, and also 4 effectiveness, on top of the 4 effectiveness from the coffee maker, and then the table at a 6 effectiveness. So we're at like 14 effectiveness, which is pretty okay, really. And you can see at the top there, we get 14 whatever per day? I'm not really sure. I'd like to hover over, or like click through them and hover over, but you can't do that. So we'll just order, and we'll say that it's okay. Isn't that bench thing for outdoors? There is outdoor stuff, but not that. Break room! And we'll just use that periodically, and we got the counter down here to indicate how many points we have for the breaks. Can I get the shelves yet? No, I can't. It sucks having them go so far for the stuff and things, but we get so much stuff and things that having it in the middle of this room is not really a great solution either. Their terminal velocity probably won't be high enough for that to hurt them much. They're like ants. Jeez, wouldn't surprise me. Almost done. I like how this dude is working the entire time the other guy's just sitting at the table. Yay! Gnomes and shelves. I reckon that I'm set for a while. I'll get back to you later if something new comes up. Meanwhile, you should check the market. There's lots of other folks around here that need all kinds of supplies. Fighters. And that unlocks the market, where we get just the general jobs and stuff. We get challenges that kind of advance my general everything whatever. And then basics, which is just generally how you make money. And the medium advanced ones are locked until later, and they get pretty wild. For the moment, it's like, oh, check that bucket. Look, this looks good, doesn't it? Well, too bad you can't fucking do it because you don't have the things for it. It's not great because we can't actually work with plastic right now. Technically, I would be able to, but the tutorial's telling me that I can't, so I can't. But the demand, obviously, not that great. The money's oddly kind of high for what it is, but it's still a bit poop, and we can't do it anyway, so it's fine. The birdhouse... No, dog house. It's a doggo house. That's a bit easier to do. Attributes, not really that difficult at all. It's just a simple wood recipe. Demand's going up. The money's kind of whatever. So we'll do it. And that requires kind of sort of the same deal as like the shelves. Basic wood should be fine. Doing a straight cut with it. We will link that to that bench. And this, we need... Nah, yeah, the basic will work just fine. We can do the... Yeah, they're both the same tool. Right, yeah, same tool. So it doesn't really matter what one we do. We'll just do that one. That's fine. And the basic wood. That works too. We're making... There's a demand for up to 65 units. So we'll just do... I don't know. 10. And sometimes you see the little +1 there to indicate that we're going to have a little bit of extra random bits of stock if we do that. So just to keep things nice and clean, we'll just say that we're doing 10, and then we won't have any extras. And... oh, 7. Okay, fine, game. Fine. We're doing 7. The red tools on the bench at just glance looks like blood splatters. They can pretend they are. Just wait, one of these days it'll explode. No, really, they explode over time. They've got the sort of quality thing to them a little bit. Below the yellow hash, they're 75%. Below the red hash, they're like 25%. And they go all the way down to the bottom, they just explode in flames. Workstation, priorities. This is going to take a long time to finish. The screen doesn't really have any indication of how long stuff will take, unfortunately, which I wish it did, because it's just like, oh, we're putting together 6 of these. Does that take a while? I don't know. The game says it does, so we'll believe it. So it wants me to make a second assembly station. I kind of disagree with, but you know what? Whatever. There you go. Second assembly station right in front of the door. Deal with it. Man. Like stills from The Sims? Yeah, kind of. Well, they spark a little bit at first to let you know that, hey, it's getting low in condition. But they do just randomly explode. It's pretty wild. And then we are making 2 dog houses afterwards, so we'll split this and move it to that bench. And now this bench has got the queue for that. So each one is doing one. Jeez, that would have taken ages. It's already done, though. Oh, we gotta hire more workers also, apparently, because we're just running so far behind. We'll pick up an operator. Operators, just the basic worker guys. And there's also the haulers. The haulers cost just 100 per day, but they haul. They don't actually do any work. Still cool to have, though. Ah, fucking shit, I can't believe it. It's a disaster. The gnomes I made for you have already sold out. I need more now. I'll pay you anything. Like, how does this dude function without me? Like, I just got here. Alright, well, typically you'd be interrupting the doggo house to do this, but we actually did it in a really good time. So we'll go ahead and do just that, 6 more of them, execute it, and we'll prioritize it. You can't drag the priorities on this. It'd be nice if you were able to, so if you had a lot of contracts going out once, it'd be a lot easier to manage that, but oh well. And we'll deliver that. When will the next raid come? Need a prison ready for that. Oh shit, you're right. I gotta do stonework too. Oh, I gotta research that. They're loading up the dog houses. Other guy working on the gnomes. It remembered from before. Oh. Okay. I remember from before, though, what benches were doing what, because it didn't change anything. Nothing had to change at all. It is also nice. We've got a deadline here, and you can see the blue bar, which is our general progress, and then you've got the green bar to indicate generally that we're really far ahead. That'll turn into a red bar if we're falling behind. We'll deliver that, and we'll take a look at this, and we're going to repair that, because that's sparking. That's not good. We can't have that. Don't forget about the pemmican. Oh, shit. So much gotta research right away. If only I started with the colonists with enough intelligence. Customer relation. I don't know exactly what it does. But keywords, cheap, small orders, random, crazy. Things like gnomes, drums, and those things. I don't know. Becomes more friendly, pays better, and requests production from you more frequently. I don't... Okay. Sure. 2 different people. Swakia, Bros and Biceps, Mitsurella, and Inko Ink, I think. I'm not sure. And the general goals and progress that it wants me to do before we can advance. This is like the Bronze League type thing, and when we do all these, we advance to the next one, and we can do a lot more cooler and awesomer stuff. So deliver more than 100 products, complete at least 3 client challenges, execute a plant with a billboard linked to it, and reach factory level 5. And once we get out of Bronze League, we can unlock the future tiers of research here. For now, we just get the most basic stuff. Billboards, which we're going to need for that challenge. The storage management, which we need to actually assign kind of sort of what storage is. I'm going to grab that first. And this allows me to do better wood stuff, specifically unlocking things like the lathe and all that stuff that allows you to do the fancy cuts at a lot more higher efficiency, so we don't have to use this 25% efficient crap bench. Construction tools, allowing me to actually build walls and expand and stuff, and then some eco-friendly materials, which just more parts and resources. I never got a chance to look at that. I got it kind of late. But with the actual cool zone planning whatever thing, we can say that this room, we can say that that's an export zone, an example, so only the exported goods go there, and then everything else can go into a zone that we'll just throw generally here. It's apparently outside. Are you sure? Oh, I see. There. We will link that to those workstations. So the materials that are used by those stations will be stored just on the floor nearby, and the exports will go into that room. I would also like to get a large shelf or so we can actually store stuff, because it's better than putting it on the floor. And we'll put that... I'd like to put it in this room. We'll put that... yeah, there. And this bench, I'm going to just sell that workstation. I don't want that workstation at all. It's not necessary. I need another workbench. You wish Krug from Software Inc. just walked in from the left and joined the group. Just some dude with like this purple blazer and like just beige pants. Shorts or something. Hey, the metalworking station as well. Same thing as the woodworking station, but just with metal stuff, hence the blue color. Injection press for plastics. Sewing station for fabrics. Small forge for the metals. Actually smelting them down in a paint station. The woodworking station, that's what I'm after. Get a second one of those set up. And we will assign this to use that. Okay. So, for the moment, let's... oh, this camera. Go into the market and take a look at what we've got. It's currently recommending that I do this cool shovel thing, but this shovel thing requires both wood and metal. I currently can't do metal. We've got a snowboard, which is a new thing on the market. I'm not sure if it's really good to go for the new stuff on the market, but that requires a whole mix of stuff, wood, metal, and plastic, which you'd think would be really complicated, but that actually makes it kind of easy. We will be going for, probably large shelf. Looks like the money's going down a lot, but it sells for so much more. And it's easier to make, too. I'll do that one. Up to 50. Okay. We'll plan it. Shelf support, we'll do a wood one. Because again, I don't really want to do a metal one. So we'll do... we need more style. So there. We will do this operation on that bench. This operation on this bench. This one can be there for now. And we'll assemble them there. Pretty easy. We'll do... oh, jeez. I don't know. Like 30? Should we do 30? Let's go for 30. It'll take a while. A couple days. The longest part of this is going to be this cut. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that, aside from just getting more benches and all that, but... oh well. That's fine. And then we wait for a while, because there's not a whole lot else I can do. And this is kind of one of my other minor issues with the game, is there's really not a whole lot you can do at the start. Because you need research to do all of it. And to do the research, you need to level. And to level, you need to do the products, which you can't really do a lot of because you need the research. Like, this starting little factory that you've got is really terrible. Not great at all. You spend a lot of time just sitting there waiting. Yeah, obstruction. There's like this whole pathing thing, and it's like, oh, it's pretty cramped over here, so they just move slower, and oh, jeez. There's also the room effect lens, so you can see what the mood is like. The repair state lens, which is also bound to control, I believe. Yeah, it's like just like control click something and queue it up to be worked on. Good to do every now and then. No storage available for wood plank. Are you sure? You might be. We'll just go general storage for this, I guess. And we will... do something like that, and then we'll get a second storage set up. And that'll be for exports. And we'll get some shelves in. Yeah. Can they actually reach it from there? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm not sure if they can actually reach that from there. Order? Oh, they're obstructed now. What? How? Why? Oh, from the wood you assholes just put in there. Oh, jeez. Quit shoving stuff there. There's things happening. Come on. Put the shelves. Let's hire a hauler guy. And they can just get stuff cleaned up while we actually do some work over here. I think I can name people. Anybody want a name of a worker? Let me know. I would typically use my patron name list, but honestly, I've already been through that. I feel like just... I'm just gonna be lazy. I'm just gonna go off of Twitch chat. You going to put those also on the shelf, or just let them lie there? Those haulers really making me feel good. Pinter, you want to be the hauler? Perfect. I couldn't imagine anybody else who could be the hauler. Pinter, you're in. You lazy shit. Unorganized crap. You're not even... There's stuff to haul, and you're just... Oh, God. Oh, God. Here, that stuff's no longer in a zone. Haul it, please. There you go. You did it. And then butt these against a wall. Another issue that I've got, it's a little bit difficult just simply moving and reorganizing stuff because the game won't let you even attempt to do something if there's something else in the way. Like you can't queue stuff up at all because it'll just be like, no, you can't. There's a thing there. It's like, I know, but I'm gonna move it. Nope, nope, nope. It's in the way. You can't. Oh. 30 shelves done. Shitload of money, shitload of experience. It honestly didn't take too long at all. That's pretty cool. Paguvin wants the old dude. Valkyrie for the blue hat guy. Valkyrie, I'm just going with Valkyrie. Old dude, Callum Miller, the man who already passed out once. Paguvin. We got Joe Murphy left over. Gladfiskin, Proof for Elga, Hopsqueak. Who said it first? Kieran? I think Kieran went first. Okay, so Kieran. Kieran? Like that? I think so. Yeah, Kieran. There you go. You're in. We'll get more people eventually, too. We need to get... Oh god, I need construction tools bad, but we only got 1 point. We have to level again to get a second point. We'll have to save up. Ranking thing, so you can generally kind of see how you're doing overall. We're doing okay. Not too bad. Right. More stuff. Let's do market. I think we probably just make more of the same. Because it seems to be working out okay, and they're paying even better. Don't know what- wait, what? That's a sandbox kit. That's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. This thing. That looks better. 30 more? Oh, 50. Let's do 50. We got it. Easy peasy. Yeah, we're okay. Go, 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 go! Can you customize your logo? I don't know. Where is my logo? I don't think so. If I can, I don't know where it would be. I'm gonna say no. Things. Client challenges, that's also in market under the challenges, but they want me to do the plastic bucket sandbox kit plastic shit. Which I don't got room for. Jeez, you kidding me? There's no room for that. This can eventually be the plastic room, but I'd like to build a sort of a storage depot off to the side here where we just load the export and all that stuff. I think there is eventually like a proper export room thing that you can get, but I never got a chance to check that out. They're going to try and unionize. Can you hire more pawns with billy clubs? Jay Sting, hello, welcome. How you doing? Like worker strikes and everything like that. Oh, this game's just a bit too laid back and cheery for that, unfortunately. Workers, we got some people ready to level, but I can't actually level them yet because we don't have the research for that.
Oops, dropped my bucket.
Oh, Pinter, you shit. Oh, your bits poured out. Jeez. Thank you, Pinter. Just makes them better in ways. They require more money and want a higher comfort level or whatever, but that's alright. It's not very much. But again, I have to wait until research tier 2, I think. Yeah, there's the blacksmith one, plastics one, the wood one, and then an assembling one. And then I think that's super haulers, and this is just more people. I think there was one more somewhere, but I'm not sure where. It just makes them a lot better at it. I don't know how much better, but a bit. Hey, is she off to do some rad things? Yes, yes. Oh man, Warhammer. Dirty Skaven. I was never a fan of the Skaven, but I do have to admit, they don't really like to die. Ever. Because all of their units just retreat so early because their morale is such crap that they get into battle and they're just like, oh shit, run! And they don't actually fight, so they don't die. How are we doing with this, by the way? It's still doing okay. Alright. Sometimes it takes you so long to do it that, like, you don't... you actually just wasted a bunch of time making it, and the price has actually changed significantly since before. Kieran wants the blacksmith guy. I'll see what I can do. Remind me when the time comes. New challenge. For a dollar horse. Made a bind here. In a fire sale, all of my dollar horse got sold. That wasn't my plan at all, and I'm completely out of stock in my stores. I need some new ones. 15 would do it. I think these required paint. I think. So I don't... Maybe I can manage that? I think the paint station thing is actually really tiny. Okay, no, it's standard size. The plastic one is really tiny. The plastic one's super tiny. So I could probably get up a couple plastic stations and we could just do plastics also, I guess. I suppose that's been an option. Oops. If I were to create a plan without accepting. Yeah, wood stuff and some paint at the very end. If I had room for it. You've done blacksmithing slash whatting? It's hard work to begin with. Question is, which lore do you go with? What, is there more than Craven, what's his name? Craven Riventail, or Craven Tail, or Wretch Craven Vomit Tail, Death Jack Dark Eye? Just that one. Be that one, it's fine. That's the only one you need to play. Everybody's ready for a level, but I can't level. The magic heroes are great in Warhammer 2. I always find it kind of funny that it's like, oh no, it's a really hard playstyle, you shouldn't try this, but like, it's really not that bad at all. I find it generally a lot easier than going with a melee hero. Although the melee heroes do get really, really strong. There you go, there's all 50 at once. Get fucked. I got a massive order achievement. Jeez, those levels. Okay, so now... construction tools. Good stuff. Let's remodel. And also, I was kind of thinking maybe I turn this into the break room. It's smaller. These rooms are a lot bigger. This would make an okay break room, I think, because the break room doesn't need a whole lot. So maybe I just, like, put all the stuff in a box. And we just completely switch everything around here. Just everything. Everything's got to go. We're reinventing everything. But I am also going to... oh, jeez, they're all exhausted and collapsing now. Oh, the break room's gone. What are they going to do? Oh, I can't believe it. How expensive is that? 4,800. It's not so bad. And I could... wall also. There. Not that spot there. Not that. But that definitely. Okay. And then doors. Sure. The door there. The door there. So that'll be like the export room. We're just making this room a bit bigger. We're going to bulldoze that wall. And okay. Order it. And I'll put your break room back in order, but everything's obstructed. Jeez. See what I mean with the obstructed thing? Like, if it just let me try it, I am fixing it actively. And we bought new ones, huh? Oh, I see. I have to find it and manually assemble it. Well, that's shit. Alright, it's all these done. Get used to them talking. That's just what they do. Okay. What's your issue? It needs actually zonage, right? Okay. So. Bang. Exports. Settled. We've got break room. Settled. Woodworking can happen. Well, assembly definitely can happen, like, in here. I think that's fine. It's like kind of the last stop. So we can do that. We can get some more shelves up. Oops. Okay, it. Another large shelf. That ought to be okay. Woodworking station. I guess we can throw it down. Do people still say that they're gonna throw down when they're gonna fight? Am I hip? Am I cool? Is that an assembly station? That's a woodworking station. Do kids still say that? Am I relevant? No. Assemble that. That can go up there. And that's another large shelf that's already slated for being assembled. Okay. Right, zonage. Can't click through the errors. There you go. And this links to the assembly table. And then you also need a little zone. And these are the small issues that I've got with the game. It's just like the little finicky the UI bit there with that kind of thing, and the way you link stuff, and the way you gotta right click sometimes to bring open the menus, and oh jeez. What's this? Oh, another large shelf. Oh jeez. I kind of liked it being rotated, tucked behind there. Can you do that again? It seemed okay with it at very first, and I was like, yeah, maybe. All right, that's close enough. And then we can get the injection press so we can start doing some plastics, because that's a pretty okay basic thing to do. The plastics is kind of like a rudimentary base thing, so I don't really want it to be in the assembly room. So we'll put one out here. And the mood, not looking very great. A lot of the stuff's quite noisy, so I'm gonna have to get a palm tree. Beautiful. Problem solved. Order. Bator, welcome. Glad you could still join the quick look almost an hour in. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the quick look. Emphasis on quick. Very quick. We're all about the speed here. Not properly within the confines of a zone. Garbage is that. There. And also link these with that. Okay, so with that going, we can do plastics and such. What do we got here? Still the paint thing. 2 days for 15 of these things. All right, let's try it. I'll get a paint station for it. Just a basic wood, is that okay? That seems fine. He's happy with that. So that can do that. That can be done there. I'll end up swapping it around a little bit later. And the paint will happen at up in here. There we go. And the storage. Oh, right, it's not order. There. So there's that. So we can do plastics and also paint now. So that is done there. We're doing 15. It says it'll take 19 hours, 26 minutes with a 2-day work time. Alrighty. Go for it. Where does the truck drive in from? Where does it go? Just off the table? I don't know. We'll follow it. I hope it just falls off the table and despawns. That'd be great. Ha! It totally does. That's awesome. I like it. I don't know where they come in from. They probably just fall in from somewhere.